Eagle Community Television presents Community Connection with your host, Mike Cooper.
Hello and welcome again to Community Connection from Eagle Community Television, our community connected. Thanks for watching. Thanks to our producer, Jeff Durall. We're at the Hayes National Guard Armory in the big facility here. It's South Main in Hayes with the pastor of Celebration Community Church, Kyle Ermoian. Good to see you again, sir.
Thank you. It's good to be here with you and good to see you out and about again.
Well,
of course, no one ever saw you. I can't say they didn't see you but most of the time we know your voice. And from how many years were you doing radio here at KAYS?
Well, they let me out once in a while now to do these kind of things. Just on a limited basis, though.
Well, it's good to be with you.
The Ellis County Ministerial Alliance, once again this year, Kyle, is producing the Thanksgiving feast. And this has quite a history.
It sure does. And I appreciate the word producing because it is a big, it's a big production. For 16 years now, I've been the pastor of Celebration Community Church, and I would ask my congregation, even when it was in its infancy, does anyone not have a place to spend Thanksgiving? And I would have them over to my home, and in a little apartment at the time. And then I would prepare Thanksgiving dinner for them. But at the same time, going on right here at the Armory, Florence Ware and her daughter from the Corner Garden restaurant were putting on a Thanksgiving dinner here at the Armory. Well, after a few years of me doing it on my own, I thought, this is dumb. Why am I replicating what they are doing here at the Armory? So I started to invite our people to the Armory for this Thanksgiving Day. And for the last 15 years or so, there's been a Thanksgiving Day dinner at the Armory, and for the last at least 15 years or so, I've been involved in some way. When the Corner Garden restaurant closed, and there was the thought that maybe this dinner would be in jeopardy, it certainly was. No one was ready to pick it up. And this is in 2007. As the president of the Ellis County Ministerial Alliance at the time, I took it upon myself to seek out Pam Burgart of the Pam's Bakery Shop and asked her if she was willing to make a commitment to this, and then talked to some area churches, and we picked up the ball, so to speak, and since 2007 have been the primary sponsors of the Ellis County Ministerial Alliance Thanksgiving Day Feast.
And Kyle, it really does take a large effort, a large production to pull this off, doesn't it?
It does. The planning of it starts in the midst of the summer where we seek some funding to help to pay for the meal itself. This isn't a potluck dinner. This is a catered meal from the bakery shop. And so they're willing to come out on Thanksgiving Day to do this. Lots of caterers said, oh yeah, we'll do a dinner for you. And then when I would say, it's on Thanksgiving, well, no, they wouldn't. But Pam and her crew are just wonderful. They understand the importance of this. And with that in mind, we start early on gathering our sponsors. Most of the sponsors have been with us for quite a long time. And so the United Way is one of our sponsors. So we need to go through the process of community grants from them. After we have that, then it's a question of preparing the Armory. And when I was a guest of the Corner Garden on those dates, I kind of felt bad that, here they're putting on this wonderful Thanksgiving dinner. What can we do to support? It was at that point in time that Celebration Community Church started collecting food the Saturday before and gathering all that food from our local food stores, Dillon's and Walmart, and they are gracious enough to let us come out the Saturday before Thanksgiving and hand everyone who steps into the store a piece of paper that tells them what we're doing, invites them to bring out a bag of groceries with them, and we collect them in carts. Last year, we filled up 2 vans, top to bottom, filled with food. Then on Wednesday evening, we drive those vans here, and another group of volunteers comes out to take it out of the van, sort it, bag it, and prepare it for our guests on Thursday, Thanksgiving. So when people come for a Thanksgiving Day meal, they are sumptuously fed, but then they get to go home with a couple bags full of groceries. It takes 50 people to stand at all of the doors. From Saturday from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m., a Celebration Church person is out there collecting food. And then on Wednesday night from 5:30 till 7 o'clock at night, we are preparing this place, setting up tables, setting up chairs, decorating so that this will not look like an armory. It will look like a banquet hall that people are celebrating Thanksgiving at.
Volunteers are needed, of course, for those people who would like to help in any capacity. If they have some time available, you can volunteer in a lot of different areas.
This is one event where people say, oh, do you get enough volunteers? And we do, and we're grateful. But part of the reason is we come on shows like this and encourage people to do so. We have all the volunteers that we need for Saturday's collection of the food. But on Wednesday night, if you aren't doing anything at 5:30 on Wednesday night, come on out to the armory. Help us stack and distribute the bags of food. Set up some tables. Decorate the hall. And then on Thursday, Thanksgiving, last year there was 300 people or more who did not have a place to spend Thanksgiving, or maybe they were elderly and just didn't feel like for the two of them to prepare a Thanksgiving dinner. We invited them as well. So there were over 300 people that we fed. And we did that with over 100 volunteers. And so if you do feel like volunteering, we want to encourage people to come out at 11:30. Well, actually, what we're encouraging people to do is to call for help. They're organizing our volunteers for us. They are one of the beneficiaries of this, what we do, because so many people who are in need get their assistance through First Call for Help. And the Ellis County Ministerial Alliance has long been a supporter of First Call for Help. As a matter of fact, it was the Ellis County Ministerial Alliance that helped start First Call for Help some 17 years ago. And so we feel a great partnership with Troy Hickman and with his crew there. And so if you could call First Call for Help at 623-2800 and say, I want to volunteer for the Thanksgiving Day feast, they will show you where there is need to fill in. There's always need for people to come and serve. When a guest comes on Thursday, Thanksgiving, we greet them at the door as if they're welcomed into a family. We seat them at their own table with some other people. And we have table hosts on hand to engage them in conversation, to make it feel like they're a part of a family. And then, as opposed to standing in a line like you're in a soup kitchen, no, our hosts go and gather the food for you just as if they were in the finest restaurant in town. So we really want to make the experience for our guests as family-friendly as possible.
And if there is a time when you're involved for Thanksgiving with family or going to be out of town, monetary donations are always welcome to offset costs.
They are. We just about get by every year, and to have a little bit more would be helpful. If people cannot come out and serve, and lots of families like to do this, it's a great opportunity for a family to be able to show their children what the real meaning of Thanksgiving is all about. In Ellis County, we've all been blessed. We have a lot of prosperity here. Now, not everybody is all flush. We know that, but we are blessed, and we know that. And there are so many people who are not. So as a result of that, to be able to bring the kids out and help them learn what service is all about, what real Thanksgiving is all about. Is just a great benefit. When my kids were small, this is something that we did every year. They rang the Salvation Army bells and collected the food, and then went out and stacked the food and helped in the process, and then helped serve food on Thanksgiving. If families want to do that, they are more than welcome to come out. We just ask that they call for help, and we can place them in the place where they're needed the most.
And Kyle, just to be clear, all are welcome, any age, and there's no charge.
No charge. Never have charged for it. People would say, well, what does it cost? Well, you just come. We would be glad to serve you on that day. One of the features that we have each year, too, is, and I don't know if you know Tom Griffith, but Tom taught for years at Fort Hays State and has a avid passion for organ grinding music. He dresses up in top hat and tails and plays music for us throughout the time, and it's just always a great feature.
On authentic organ.
On an authentic German organ, and he always wants me to be the monkey, but
I'm not going there with that.
I draw the line.
There are certain volunteer things you will not do.
That's right.
All right.
And so it just makes for a great atmosphere, and people. We love doing it, and we know that we are helping people. And that's what Ellis County Ministry Alliance is all about. We are a collection of churches, and I would hope that all of the churches in Ellis County participate, and they don't. But the ones who do are committed to recognizing that there are certain things that we can do better together than we can do apart.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, Kyle, because I did want you to talk about the Ellis County Ministerial Alliance in our last couple of minutes, and about the faith thread that runs through not only the membership itself, but through the community itself.
Yes, yeah. Again, we all hold the basic unity of the faith. We may exercise it in different ways, but in essentials, we have unity. In the non-essentials, we have liberty. But in all things, we show charity, love. And so that's the thread that ties the Ellis County Ministerial Alliance together. We know that we don't all worship the same way, but we understand the basics, and that's Jesus Christ is Lord. And if we confess that, we are welcome as a part of Ellis County Ministerial Alliance. Well, ever since I've been in town, 17, 18 years now, I've been a part of it, and it's a great opportunity for us to communicate with one another, keep the lines of communication open, and as again I said, there are certain things that we do far better together, like the Festival of Faith. We could certainly, Celebration could put on one and invite every Christian in the community, but it wouldn't have the same impact that together, the Ministerial Alliance hosts that, and it's a wonderful event each year.
Kyle, I want you to talk finally about the Celebration Community Church, specifically an event that you've held for many years that benefits the entire area as well.
Yes. When we were having our Thanksgiving dinner prior to It's the 9th annual Community Mission Auction, and we've been having this actually for longer than 9 years, but as a standalone event. On Thanksgiving Sunday, the Sunday prior to it, our church would have a Thanksgiving dinner. At the end of it, we would invite people to auction off some items that they would make or donate, or we would collect, and we would take that money and we would give it to local and national charities. Well, we found that we didn't really have enough time on a Sunday afternoon to do so, so we made it a standalone event. And so for the last 9 years, we've been asking people from the community and certainly people from Celebration Church to donate items. When they do, we auction those items off or have a raffle to be able to raise some money. Last year, in one night, we raised $34,000 and took every bit of that money and gave it away to national charities like Operation Christmas Child through Samaritan's Purse. Right now, we have 600 shoe boxes in our lobby at the church that we've collected on our own, but every one of those boxes need to have $7 in it for shipping and handling. Not everyone could do that, so we use mission auction money to help to send those things off. We send money around the world and even locally here to First Call for Help, to the Community Assistance Center, to Rachel's Vineyard, the retreat. We cross denominational lines all the time. If there are college kids who are part of Christian Challenge who need monies to go on a mission trip, it's a whole nother church and a whole nother denomination, but we support that as well. So anyone who wants to come to the community mission auction, it's December the 1st, and tickets are available at Serves locations, and there are great items. We're raffling off a large screen TV, 55-inch flat screen TV for the guys, a pair of diamond earrings for the ladies, an iPad for our younger people. Not that you couldn't use an iPad as well, but and also Serves is donating a snowball a day for the year. So there's lots of wonderful things. My wife and I'm from Chicago originally, and I'm a Cubs fan, and so we donate a Chicago Kyle's world-famous Chicago-style hot dog party every year. People buy this thing, and we'll buy more than that, understanding that all of the money, we don't keep any of it, we give it all away, and it's a great cause. Thanks for asking about that.
Kyle Ermoian, pastor of Celebration Community Church with the Ellis County Ministerial Alliance and the Thanksgiving Feast on Thanksgiving Day at the Hayes National Guard Armory. That's our Community Connection. Thanks for watching Eagle Community Television, our community connected.